If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Let's talk about this new Jack Harlow album, Come Home, The Kids Miss You, because I've made a lot of videos about this leading up to it. Y'all could tell I was really excited the day before it dropped, so, yesterday I made a video talking about what we can expect from this, what I was expecting personally from this, and now that we finally got it, I don't know how to feel about it, so let's jump straight into this. So of course, this is not a, fully aged review. I've listened to this about 3 times, so this is more of a first impression, but I did want to give y'all my first thoughts on this. So the album arrived today on May 6th, Friday of course. It has a total of 15 tracks on there and spans across, I think there's about 45 minutes. And we knew 2 of the songs. We knew First Class, which is just going huge on TikTok and social media in general. I thought the sample is, of course, the Fergie sample is the thing that makes it very special, but other than that, it wasn't like crazy verses. It was still a vibe though. We had Nail Tech as well, which I liked a little bit better just when it comes to the song itself. We had a couple of snippets. We had the Dua Lipa snippet, for example, that I thought was really good, and I was hoping we could see some more of that. Let's look at the track list, go through it track for track, and see what we can kind of pick out from this. So we start out with Talk of the Town, which is more of an intro, and I did like how that introduced the album. It was still, Jack rapping and Jack, talking about how his life changed ever since he got famous, having a little sample in there. So I did like this. We then go straight into the first real track, Young Harlow, that I didn't know Snoop Dogg had a little feature on there, like a little, interpolation, little part on there. But this one, I was already like, okay, I guess we're going. This was more of a track that was supposed to be very minimalistic in the instrumental and Jack just talking his stuff on there. So I did enjoy it in general, even though I thought that since this was marketed, or since this was supposed to be just this intro track of him just rapping, I thought he'd do a better job rapping. Most of it is still these very, I don't know, the flows are not really smooth like they used to be on here, and it just didn't seem as effortless as Jack has seemed in the past. So I was already like, okay, I guess it's the intro track, him just talking and stuff, so it'll go up from here. Then I thought in I'd Do Anything to Make You Smile, we'd finally see some, personality in the instrumentals, but this one is also just very bland. It does have a nice switch up at the end, but still just, the bass in there seems to dominate everything. I don't know what Jack was, kind of going for on here. It didn't seem very focused. It just seemed like he wanted to create something that people would like, or just go the safe route with this. And Jack even said himself in that Vogue interview, like, he said that what's important for him, taking inspiration from Kanye, is that every track has its own personality and own character. But I really don't see this on the entirety of the record, and the first 2 tracks are perfect examples of this. Next up, we have First Class. I already talked about that a little bit. As a track itself, the performance that Jack delivers is also not like First Class, but it's a nice track. I get it. Dua Lipa, I was expecting more, man. This also, the instrumental never gets more exciting than it does at that like Dua Lipa part. I thought that was just part of a verse, but that is actually the hook on this thing. It also seems very short. It seems like he just wanted to catch a vibe on this one and not elaborate on it further. So I don't know. Also, content-wise, the first couple of tracks, aside from parts of Talk of the Town and Young Harlow, where he went into how his life changed, it was just very bland and surface scratching, and that continues on Side Piece. And on the majority of this record, he's just rapping about women. And I get that he's done that before, and that's what they all say. That was also a majority of that record. But there it was still in a very more personal and artistic manner. Here is just like, that's his whole life. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. So Side Piece, surface scratching, talking about, how he made a song for his main girl. Now he got to make one for his side piece. I don't know. Didn't really feel that as much. Continues a Movie Star, even though this had a little more personality, even though I'm really not a fan of the instrumental. At least it had somewhat of an element that stood out, which, produced by Jack and Pharrell themselves. I did like this, also like Pharrell's part, even though it wasn't crazy. Little Secret does have some more personality on there. We got a verse on there that we've heard before, even though I'm not quite sure where, but I did remember it. I like that a little bit more because it's more personal. It tells a story of, you know, him having this girl, and, you know, them not being like a little secretive about it, and how she used to date an athlete before that, and that he tells his therapist about her. And so it's a little bit more personal. I Got a Shot, I think melodically has some, you know, potential. People could pick up on that. People could make this into another First Class type of thing. So I did enjoy that quite a bit. Now, probably the best track on here is Churchill Downs, and that's not just because of the Drake feature, but because of the instrumental. It is the most characteristic instrumental on here. It's the instrumental that has been used in both of the trailers and in the Have a Turn leak, because this is Have a Turn, even though Jack's verse is a little bit different than we had in the leaks. But both of them deliver great verses, even though I expected more from Jack. You know, it doesn't seem as smooth and effortless anymore. He used to just get on these beats and just ride them like, I don't know, like it was just part of what he does. And now it seems very kind of sometimes forced, a little bit pressed here and there. So I don't know. But Drake also did pretty well. Still that same Pusha T diss on there as we used to. Now, Like a Blade of Grass, I like that one quite a bit as well. That's probably one of my favorite tracks on here, also because the instrumental is a little bit more outstanding on here. He really does best on these Drake-type instrumentals. Parent Trap with Justin Timberlake, we have a Justin Timberlake hook, and the verses from Jack are just really short. I don't know. Then Poison with Lil Wayne. I do like this track, and I think Lil Wayne killed it as well. Also like the switch up on there. But what was up with the mixing when Lil Wayne came in? Like, you know, Jack has his part. It's leveled at a certain way. Then Wayne comes in, and it's like goes all the way up there, peaks, and then just drops back down to an even lower level of mixing, like in terms of volume, than it was the Jack verse before. That just kind of threw me off completely. So I don't know what was up with that, and just seems like a very sloppy mistake. Neltec I already talked about, and I did enjoy State Fair, the outro on here, quite a bit as well. But all in all, this was way less impressive than I had expected. I thought Jack could really level up on this one, and I hope this dude, you know, I believe this dude still has the potential in him. It just kind of seems like he was a little bit detached from the music this time around. Just seems like he was just focused on making something that people would enjoy and being too much influenced from outside, you know, sources and influences. I want the best for the dude. Don't get me wrong. I want this dude to win, and he's winning right now. But I don't know, this album was just not a step up from the last one, and that's what I always want to see. That's my thoughts on this. Yeah, now let me know what you think about this. I kind of went on a couple of rants in here, but let me know what you think about this. What's your favorite track? What's your least favorite track? And why did you pick your favorite track? Did it live up to your expectations? For me, it didn't. It's kind of a little bit disappointing, to be honest, but I want the best for the dude. I want him to win, so I hope he goes somewhere in the future for his next couple of endeavors that he has. So yeah, all of your thoughts on this album, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.